How would I describe Jamie O'Brien with just one word?
One word for Jamie O'Brien.
How would I describe Jamie O'Brien in one word?
That's a hard one, dude. There's so many.
Original?
I would say rebel, but that just seems really generic.
Unique.
Creative. He's pretty creative.
Jester.
Friendly.
Outcast. I mean that as a compliment.
I would have to say competitive.
Competitive.
Wow.
Crazy, but calculated.
Motivated.
I would kind of say adventurous.
Mental. I was gonna say amazing, but mental.
I would describe Jamie O'Brien, one word, gnarly.
Grom. All Grom, all the time.
Early memory is in a wetsuit that was way too big for him, a helmet that was way too big for him.
The helmet.
He had the helmet thing going on.
Back when he had his helmet and duct tape and
He had a mullet.
Duct tape helmet days. Mikko used to duct tape his head because they thought he had an ear problem.
Yeah, he was always kind of on his own trip, doing his own thing.
And I remember he would do like 20 360s on waves in Hassa contests and get like a 10 on every wave because he was like one of the only kids who could do 360s. So he'd just do them, boop, boop, boop.
He did every single division from like boogie board, longboard. He'd surf against the men, you know, and we were like 13, 14 years old.
Tortured me and my brothers when we were young. So they would like have BB guns and we were like, oh, it's so cool, let's play with the BB guns with them. And they just ended up kind of shooting us the whole time.
The first time I remember surfing with Jamie, it was probably the most empty lineup I've ever seen at Pipe on a good, proper Pipe day. But I remember Healy and Jamie both coming out, and they were like mid-teens, maybe 15, 16. Both of them were scared to go right, which I think is hilarious, because they're like the craziest guys out there now, you know?
And I met Jamie like 2007, 2008 winter. And that's when I was living downstairs in his old house, and we had like 6 of us in there. He's like, what's going on down here? Like, no one's paying rent. And then he pretty much just told everyone, all right, you guys got to go like find somewhere else to hang out. And he kept me and Damo. And then he goes, what's your name, Poopies? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, I won't call you Poopies, I'll call you Sean. A week later, my name's Poopish, whatever your name is.
When he doesn't want to do something, you tell him once, it's no. You tell him twice, it's no.
Over it.
You tell him 3 times, and it's a go. I tell him, I'm your stunt coordinator, Poops. Have I ever hurt you? And he's like, no.
When the wave breaks here, don't be there.
I have so many stories of Jamie that stand out in my mind. Lots of ones where it ended with me and my brothers probably crying.
10 went through my head and I can't say any of them.
We were probably like 13 or 14 years old and like getting fired up to go surf at his house. It was like an abnormal moment where I was like, huh, something's up, because he's being like super like nice, like, yeah, let's go surf. Come to find out, we paddle out and he had waxed all of our boards with a bar of soap. Ever since then, I always kind of had to like pay extra attention to him, you know, just to make sure he wasn't pulling some prank.
One of my memories of Jamie that stands out most is Jamie dropped in on me on a wave. And I remember thinking, whoa, how's this shit grom just dropped in on me? And he fully burned me too, like burned me good. And I was like, wow. So he's paddling back out and I kind of catch up to him and try my best to be like the stern uncle and give him a few choice words. And he flipped me off. And I was like, in my head right away, I was like, well, I like this grom.
You know what my favorite one is? You have to promise, I'll tell you guys real quick, you have to turn this off though.
It's off.
You can't put this on. Like he will kill me. You promise? I'm gonna move just so you're like.
Is there anyone from our
generation, our crop, like him? Not really.
No, I don't know anyone like Jamie.
I think it's pretty hard to compare him to anybody.
He's his own person in this crazy world of surfing, and it's very unique, yet it's very, very accomplished.
He was always the outlier, the black sheep. Like, we were surfing Rockies, he was surfing pipe. You know, we were eating Egos, he was doing yoga. Like, he just always had his own trip, dude, always.
When it comes down to the way his mind works and the way he puts that into his surfing, I would sit there questioning what he was doing half the time, but I'll just go with the flow and keep the camera rolling, you know?
Trying to think about another guy like that, I don't know. You know, I think there's guys following his lead, but you know, he is definitely a trendsetter.
He just created a whole nother decade of reinventing himself.
The surf world is so kind of overpowered with like being cool or doing what everyone else is doing, and as far as Jamie goes, like he's always been out of that box, whether by design or not.
I think there's only one Jamie. I mean, that combination of just kind of not taking himself too seriously, but being super, super talented and capable at the same time. I think that's part of the reason why he likes to just be like goofy and over the top. Probably because it rubs it in even more when he does something better than other people who take it seriously. I bet there's some of that in there.
You know, over here in Makaha, no one piece of equipment defines us. The same with Jamie. You know, it doesn't define, you know, him. He's not a short boarder, long boarder. Jamie is a full-blown waterman, you know, that he just enjoys life, you know, and that's how, you know, the approach of the ocean should be.
I want to be like one of those people out here that try new things and different things and not keep surfing the same way. I want to keep taking our sport to wherever it could go. You know, people might think it's lame, but I think it's fun, you know.
I think kids are gonna look to him as being one of the guys that revolutionized the surf industry as far as content goes and how to put it out there.
He kind of showed me that you can make your own content and like put your career in your hands, towards before, no matter what you did, whoever was at the top of a magazine or something could just like shut you down. You know, you could be surfing your ass off, to where social media, it's all in your hands, you know what I mean? There's no excuses.
He's a key character in our surf world. Now with his career, you know, of kind of clowning around and making these videos, everyone gets wrapped up in it. You know, he's got this mainstream audience that expects that of him. As far as our little core surf world, people respect Jamie a lot because of what he can do at Pipeline.
He's created a life where he can just base it around Pipeline now. I think all the other stuff's sort of ancillary, like I'll do all these things so that I can surf Pipeline anytime I want when it's good and get the best wave of the year.
Well, I think one of the cool things about Jamie is he's thought outside the box, and he's always been at the forefront of things like riding soft tops and different equipment in the water, and I love that he's just like not afraid to do things differently.
All I can think about is Jamie and Poopies in Speedos paddling out on a soft top tandem. Like, if it was me, I'd be like, that's just like career ending for me. Like, but I don't know, I guess it kind of made his career.
He saw a niche and built upon it. Kind of like how Travis Pastrana had a life after motocross racing with his Nitro Circus. It seems like Jamie had a bigger career outside of pro surfing with his Who Is JLB show, traveling around having fun. And it really shows when the kids gravitate and know Jamie because of the platform he's on and the visibility he has. I think that's the future for these athletes.
Pipe's scary. It's just, you just see these guys take all these wipeouts, and like, I'm really selective on what waves I go on out there, and I really don't like getting pounded. I'm a calculated surfer. Like, it's all in the confidence at Pipeline. If you got all the confidence in the world, then you're gonna get a lot of good waves and stick a lot of crazy stuff.
Jamie in the history books of surfing, I think we're like yet to even see what he's already accomplished so much.
One of the most innovative, you know, pipe surfers ever. also the guy that as soon as he paddles out, you can count on 40% of less of the waves being out there.
I think Jamie's gonna go down as probably the best surfer ever at pipe. Any size, any swell direction, any tide, any condition at pipe, he's out there and he's getting the best wave that comes in.
He now owns a house there, so he ain't going nowhere, which equals probably him being the most barreled pipeline surfer of all time at some point.
I think Jamie will definitely be recognized as one of the best pipeline surfers ever, 100%. He's coming out after the spit every time on the foam ball. You know, people aren't really doing that, not regularly.
But I think he'll always be seen as one of the best guys ever at pipe. He won the Pipe Masters, basically coming through trials. I remember he wore his jersey for 24 hours after he won. It was awesome. I wish I had done that one of those years.
He's one of the great talents, you know. He's also one of the great personalities. Shit, man, he makes surfing so much more fun because of it. And he's not just a robot doing contests.
What's that proverbial line? The surfer having the most fun is the best surfer out there kind of deal. I don't think anyone's having as much fun as Jamie.
Anything to say, Jamie? Look behind you.
I definitely condone all the funny, wacky things that he does, and then I actually really enjoy watching him take over the lineup at Piped.
The other day he caught like 3 waves in like 2 minutes, and 2 of those I was paddling for and I'd been waiting a long time. And we were all just going, how's that guy get so many waves? But you know, he's mastered that lineup in the crowd. He's just figured it out. But yeah, don't pretend your other eye's blind.
It was really mean when you filled bags of dog poop and threw it at me and my brothers and hung our boards from coconut trees and all those things. But you turned out to be a pretty good guy.
I really appreciate the big hugs and the texts and always being open to share expertise with me. One of these days I'll take you up on that offer.
If I had a message for Jamie, it's that, like, I'm proud of him. You know, every time he got a block in front of him in that maze, he just dug a different hole. He went around it. You know, he didn't take no for an answer.
He's gone big, he gone crazy, he gone, you know, just go Jamie.
Thankful that he likes fun boards and I get to work with him on a professional level. And to work with him and to see him actually serious a few minutes about something is pretty neat.
I feel like Jamie really appreciates our sport, and I like that. So I think, you know, Jamie, keep doing you, and I'll see you in the water.
Just tons of respect for what you did at Pipe, everything you've done surfing, and also not to mention, like, the guy's a self-marketing genius. Like, let's be honest. He's not fooling me. The guy's, he's like borderline genius.
Keep getting tubed, keep getting stoked, and keep following your own path. It's fun to watch.
The world just needs to be able to watch fun and remember, go outside, go jump in the ocean, go ride a board, doesn't matter what it is. That's the message that Jamie's putting out there, and that's what you should continue to put out there, James.
Personal message, I love you, dude. For real. You're gonna make me cry, don't. That's personal right there. That's love, that's tears.